everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sip and Grow with Booqii. And on this podcast, we talk about all things sobriety, impact, personal and professional growth. And today I have the honor of hosting Uche Obasanha. Now, interesting facts about Uche. We only just met a few months ago. She was one of our Sip Geek brides. And fast forward, post-wedding, we're talking, catching up and things. And I honestly could not believe the amount of things that she was doing, particularly in the space of influencing women, supporting women, and just investing in women generally. And I said to her, please, Uche, you have to be on my podcast. So I'm so glad that she said yes. And today, she's here with us. So Uche is the founder of Women of Influence, and she's also the founder of UO Styling, and she's also a public health professional. Like when you talk about women wearing many hats, now I've not finished saying all the things that she is, but I will stop there. And I want her to tell us more about Women of Influence, because that's one of the things that really caught my attention about what she does.
Hi, Booqii.
Hello.
Again, thank you for inviting me. Thank you very much. So with regards to Women of Influence, Women of Influence is a social enterprise which I started, I think, about 3 years ago now. And the whole purpose of it is more about just empowering women. So the overall goal, I would say, is just increasing women's economic growth. That's the overall goal. But how we do it is through networking, mentoring, connecting women. And it just stems from a place of when I was younger, I was extremely shy. I tell people that now, and they look at me like, "You shy?" I'm like, "Yes."
I feel the same way.
Yeah, I was like,
Still
"Yes."
do.
I was really, really shy. I would not go for things. I would always like to keep myself back and let people move ahead of me. But as I started my career, I'm a pediatric nurse as well. So that's where I started from. And obviously being a nurse, you have to talk to people. And that was how I started to talk. And then I went into my career in public health, and I had to start networking and talking to people. And gradually I saw the importance of networking, connecting, just, reaching out. And I started to see a lot of women as well through my field, just women who were vulnerable. So I met vulnerable women, through nursing. I met vulnerable women, just all I was open to a range of women. And then I also saw women who were killing it and doing so well. So it just, I think, as I saw the impact it had on my life, so seeing how I had grown, and I had to start speaking with other women, and I saw the impact of connection, the impact of networking, and that pushed me to want to do more to empower other women who for whatever reason want to develop themselves, want to move from one end to another, but are not sure how do I move in this field. So I just felt like sometimes I feel like there's competition with women a lot of the time, and I just felt like we just need to stop this. When we come together, we can do so much more, because we're so talented. But sometimes, that fear of, what would this person say? What would that person say? So I wanted to really create a space where, like-minded women can come together, just connect, network. So, we what we do as well, we bring like women who are established in their fields, and we try to work with them and partner with them so they can kind of mentor the next
generation
of women who are trying to, and I get different women as well, and someone like you, for example, with your amazing business, someone might want to learn how did you get there. It helps somebody else. You can help somebody else, as opposed to them just having to go through all the hiccups.
Why reinvent the wheel?
Exactly,
like they say.
exactly. Why reinvent it when you can just learn from someone else's route? So yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell what we're about. Just empowering women to be the best version of themselves, and for career growth and business success. Pretty much.
And I particularly like the name because it kind of spells out what it does. Women of Influence, and of course on this podcast we're all about the SIP, the I is impact, right? And you can't really make impact without influence, right?
Yeah.
So I feel that it's something that is important. And to your point around networking, right? I'm that person who, on a normal day, honestly, I'm very comfortable in my own space. Like I am even doing this podcast is me pushing myself out of my comfort zone, right? I am very happy alone, honestly. So, and I think, we hear this message everywhere, oh, you need to network more. And I'm like, well, it can feel like a chore, to be honest. But I think when you create intentionally an environment where women can meet each other, meet other people, get mentoring, I think it's truly invaluable, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you for doing this as well.
I think the next question that I wanted to ask you was around, the styling that you do, because I was just intrigued to see that, how are you combining all of these things? But I think tell us a bit more about your styling and what you do in that space.
So styling is basically I help women to
look sharp.
look sharp.
You're looking like right now.
Thank you. So are you. I basically just help women to create, to just to like understand what their personal style is, because we all have a personal style, and a lot of the times people forget like appearance is such an important thing. You basically judge even before you open your mouth. Within 7 seconds of people meeting you, before you open your, and it's a bit sad, but before you open your mouth, people have already judged you. So it shows that they are looking at your appearance. Yeah. So it's hearing that thing about dress, how you want to be addressed. And that's it's words that look simple, but it's quite, it's something that you have to take serious. And a lot of the time people can leave it by the wayside because they're like, oh, you know what? It's about, I can't be bothered. But you can't just wear jeans and a t-shirt and, go for an interview. That in itself says a lot. So what I do, I mainly, I style people for their brand. Okay. So whatever you want to be, I feel like I tell a lot of people as well, you don't need to wait for, you might be like, oh, I want to be this successful business owner of whatever. You don't need, you don't need to wait to be that person. Start being that person now. Start dressing like that person, and mentally, you start to reimagine yourself as that person. So that's how I look at it. And it's, I get clients who might just feel like, they hate shopping, or they just can't put things together. And I just like, Uche, I really just need your help to just, just help me. I'm going for this interview, or I've got a photo shoot, or I've got a video shoot. And what I would usually tell them is, okay, what's your personal style? Sometimes people feel like, I don't have one. I'm like, you do have one.
I would say the same if you ask me.
People always say I don't have one, but
or maybe I don't know.
You don't just know how to find it, and it's just helping you knowing how to find it. And that's pretty much what I do, just helping people dress for success and represent your brand how you want your audience to see you.
Wow, interesting. I think the question around the personal style, the honest truth is, I don't think I know what my personal style is. However, there's certain things I think people have observed or passed a comment about. One of them is I'm more inclined to wearing closed-toe shoes. So I'd rather wear like a normal, what do they call them now? I don't know.
So
court shoes.
Shoes. Can I
tell
you something
sandals.
About that in a minute?
Then sandals. Mm-hmm. Why do I not wear sandals? I feel like sandals take a lot more effort. Like I need to make sure my nails are, well kept. My leg is looking all, and I'm like, I don't have that time. Just wear a closed-toe shoe and you're good to go. And I think for me, from a lazy standpoint, and maybe that's become, so I can count even, the number of sandals I have. I'm more like, if it's not covered, if it's not closed, so if I'm not wearing cut shoes, I'm wearing trainers. Like it's just covered. Yeah. No, it's kind of become my style in some way, but it's not like I made or I was conscious about the process of that happening. But of course, potentially when we have maybe a consultation or something, maybe I would understand what my personal style is. But for now, I honestly don't know.
And one thing I'll say about the court shoes, which again is to do with styling. Styling is an art. It literally is an art. Is. You can feel, or sometimes I feel like, I've added weight, and I literally can dress myself in a way that people will be like, oh my gosh, if you lost weight. And it's just styling. It's about it's you get that, you give people that illusion of what, colors, even by using colors, we know that colors represent different things.
Yeah.
And knowing your style also does a lot about knowing your body type. You know your body type, you know how to dress for your body type. With the shoes, what I was going to go about the cut shoes. Wearing cut shoes actually elongates your body. So it stretches, it gives that illusion that you're
I was
taller.
doing the right thing all
So that's what I'm
along.
saying, that you've been doing the right thing. Because when you wear sandals, it kind of cuts you. So when you wear cut shoes, actually helps elongate your body.
Wow.
So that's something that I tell clients a lot. I'm like, if you want to look a bit taller, wear cut shoes.
This is one more reason why I'm going to need to wear them, because
exactly.
I'm
and
a
they're
short
elegant,
person.
and obviously you liking them just shows that you're more of a minimalist. You just like to your personal style might just be someone who just wants to be on the go.
Yeah, like let me just get out and get going. Wow.
So yeah, there's a lot about it, but I don't want to talk. I'll be talking forever. So I'll shut up now.
Interesting. So I think for me, and I think in terms of what you do or the many hats that you wear, and I know it sounds like a cliche sometimes when women say, oh, they wear many hats, but genuinely, right, you do a lot of things, right? No, honestly. So how do you balance them? And now I know this is the $1 million question, because you ask people, how do you balance it? Some people will tell you, oh, well, balance doesn't exist. Some people will say, well, you just have to maybe prioritize one thing at a time. What has worked for you in your experience, in your career, personal life, professionally? How have you managed to wear this many hats and then even plan your own wedding? Not a lot of people are able to. I'm not sure I can plan my own wedding, but that your wedding was amazing. It was beautiful. So congratulations once again. So how are you able to balance all of these things?
I think one thing I always tell people when people ask me as well, they're like, can you do it all? And I usually say, yes, you can, but you just prioritize. And it's like, you just have to, and you have to be passionate about what you're doing. You have to enjoy what you're doing. And I think enjoying what you're doing is what gives you that drive to carry on doing it, especially when you're doing something that that makes an impact. So I think that's what keeps me going. Definitely my faith, because literally, definitely my faith. You have to really be strong. You have to really believe in, like, what? One thing as well that I always say when people tell me, oh, you can't do this, I always tell people, I'm like, don't say I can't do it, because if you tell me I can't do it, it's like my drive
motivation
to actually try so hard and say, I'm going to do this. So I think what I would definitely say is just knowing how to prioritize, because you've got, there'll be some times in your life where certain things might be, 60% of your time. And there'll be some times where certain things might be 10% of your time. Like styling now is just like, it's so quick. I can do it like with my eyes closed so quickly. So I don't put too much effort in it anymore. But things like maybe my other job in public health, it takes a lot of my brain space. So it's just knowing how to prioritize it. There might be some times where I'm giving work 50%, styling maybe 40%, because I've got a client that's just come and I have to do this in like 2 days. So it's just knowing how to prioritize. I think that's what I would say.
Wow. Well,
and definitely faith.
Would you say that you've always been this entrepreneurial, career-driven person? Have you always been this way? Or would you say sometimes people have life circumstances or situations that then forces that, I guess, best version of themselves out? Have you always been this person?
I've not. Like I told you before, I was extremely shy as a child. In fact, they had a nickname for me, which I would not even say it. I was extremely shy. But like I said, it's as I started to meet people and I saw the impact it had on me, just meeting people. And I've just been fortunate to also meet a lot of influential women that have helped me, like literally just being in the right room, being in the right space. Sometimes you might have to do certain things that are uncomfortable. Because I tell people, I encourage people, and some of the women, true women of influence, when we've had some of our sessions, I'm just like, it's tiring sometimes to get up. It's not like I don't have anything to do in my time, but because I know that I'm like, you never know who you will meet here.
Yeah.
And one thing I learned, because I go for a lot of, events and workshops and so on. I remember there was one event I went to and they said, before you go to an event, you have to be intentional. You know, why am I going to this event? If it's not going to impact my life in any way, why am I going? Then you stay at home. But if you know, like, it's like, I feel like as you grow older, your time becomes a lot more focused, and you have to be really, really, you have to manage your time well. So it's like, if this is not impacting my life in any way, why am I doing it?
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's just something, you know. And then when you then go to this event, what are you going to achieve from it? Know that already. So if you're going to network, you need to make an attempt and say, okay, I'm going to talk to 2 people when I go to this place. And I think it's just practicing it, because I remember my mentor. I have a mentor as well. I've had coaching. I'm fortunate to have a mentor as well. So it's really good to have all of these things in your life, because they help you, even in your workplace, having allies.
Yeah.
You know, these are things I've learned, but a lot of people are not aware of the impact of these things. Having an ally in your workplace is so vital, because they can literally move you from here A to F in like a space of 2 months. But if you're the shy one that sits down and you don't, you know, you just have to just, you know, work the room, own the room, you know, scan the room, and get that
sometimes I think I make an effort sometimes with trying to network more, but I think where I fall short is maybe I'm not as intentional in terms of, okay, if I go here and meet 2 people, do I keep in touch? Do I follow up with them afterwards? And I think the value of those relationships oftentimes is what you get afterwards.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would, you know, I know you do a lot of things in the public health space and all of that, but my next question to you would be around how you sort of manage your wellness and mental health in light of all of these things that are going on in your life. How do you stay focused? How do you, you know, manage your well-being overall?
Yeah, that's a great question, because wellness is something, again, that I'm really passionate about, and I just try to promote and encourage people, especially multidimensional women who are doing so many different things and wearing different hats. Journaling, I literally sometimes I literally have a book by my bedside, because there's sometimes when I just wake up and I can't sleep, and I just start writing a lot of stuff. I believe in terms of like your wellness, I don't think it's something that you just, oh, okay, I'll wait till 2 months time and I'm going to travel, or I'm going to do this. It's a routine. So your wellness is, because you will burn out. So it's a routine that you have to just, whatever it is that you enjoy doing. So if it is that you like, you know, to exercise, you have to put that in there. So I think it's just having that routine. For me, I like to go to the gym. So
you like to go to the gym?
I like to go to the gym, but
let's swap minds.
Then some people would like to run. I hate running.
Actually,
I
like
love
running.
going to
I
the
just
gym
don't do
because
it.
I like classes.
That's
the thing. I don't go to, I'm not the one in the gym that's lifting all those weights and everything. But I do lift weight, but I'm under guidance and in, you know, in classes.
I'm that person who's registered but doesn't show up.
I used to be that person. So yeah,
I hope I can take some motivation, because it's rare to see people or women that say they like to go to the gym. So that is a good one.
So definitely exercising, my faith as well, just praying. I like going for walking, and then obviously just taking breaks. One thing I always tell people is, with women who have a business and they have their career, sometimes they're like, okay, I'm going to take annual leave, but then you take annual leave from your career and then you don't take a break from your business.
So as we round up, I think my last question to you would be, what advice would you give to your 18-year-old self and to that young woman, you know, who is aspiring to be where you are today? You know, I know you're already working in that space of helping women, supporting women, but what advice would you give to that person?
I think the first thing I would give is definitely don't be afraid. Just go ahead and start.
Just do it.
Just do it. Whether you make mistakes, whether you fail, just do it. That's the first thing that I would definitely say. The next thing is, don't care about what people think. People are always going to talk about you. And that's something I've had to learn through, you know, my 20s, 30s, whatever. Yeah, so it's like people are always, because I look at it like if you keep worrying about, you spend your brain space, your brain cells or whatever, worrying about what people are thinking, that's time that you could be using to do something tangible or being productive.
Yeah.
They would always talk, they would always say something about you. So why stress yourself worrying
So
about
much,
that?
yeah.
And that's what I would say. People always, it's hard, it's easier said than done, but you just need to try. And then the last thing is just surround yourself with a good tribe. If you have one person or if you have two people in your life, you are very lucky. It's not that easy to have that tribe of people that support you. So even if it's that one person or that two people, hold on to it.
Yeah,
because you need that tribe.
Oh, that's extremely valuable, even for women especially. And I feel that sometimes it might be worth you even going out of your circle of influence to find those people. Because sometimes we're stuck in our same old circle and we're not growing because we're not reaching out or finding those people that can actually genuinely support us and offer us good value. So thank you so much, Uche, for coming.
Thank you.
Honestly, I appreciate you. And I'm sure we will do many more things together by God's grace.
We definitely
And hopefully I get styled professionally.
When you're ready, let me know.
To transform myself, into the person I want to be. But just to round up this podcast, so we'll go through some quick rapid questions.
Okay.
And we'll see what your answers are. Nothing serious. It's just for fun, to be honest. So, mascara or lipstick?
Lipstick. Easy.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Why coffee?
I literally can't function without at least a cup of coffee Monday to Fridays.
Oh wow, I could live without coffee. So I'll have it, but it's not my online shopping or in store.
In store, definitely. I have to see. I have to touch
and feel.
To try it on.
Summer or winter?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the middle because I don't like it when it's too hot and I don't like it when it's too cold. And then in summer I have hay fever, but I like it when you're not. Okay, let's say summer because then you're not wearing jackets. Yes. I
like summer, to be honest, because naturally I'm that person who's always cold. So I would rather be warm than cold. Brooch or a necklace?
I'm wearing a brooch today.
I know. I was like, I like it.
But
so nice.
I would say necklace because it's necklace.
I admire and I like brooches, but I think in my wardrobe I probably have more necklaces.
Yeah, same.
Vacation or staycation?
Vacation, definitely.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet. I've got a really, really bad sweet tooth.
And then comedy or horror movies?
Comedy.
Honestly,
I need to laugh. Why would I want to be afraid?
I don't understand why my husband or people around my life watch horror movies. I don't understand. Why would I want to raise my blood pressure?
Exactly. You have to laugh. It's good for your body.
Yeah. Audiobook or hard copy?
Audio. Definitely. I think it's just easy when you're walking, just listening to it over and over again. It's just easier for me.
All right. And then kind of like a styling one. A dress or trousers?
Trousers.
Oh,
it's just easy.
Interesting.
You can wear it in so many different ways. You can style it. You can layer it.
Well, I think the reason I like dresses is just from a lazy standpoint of, just put it on. You don't need to think about what to wear with it, and that's it, and you're gone.
That's a good point. But you can't really do too much with it.
Yeah, literally, that's the dress. You don't have to think about what's the top, what's the bottom, what I'm going to combine it with.
That's
just the
good
dress.
Point.
And then all I need is shoes and then trainers over, out.
That's a good point.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate all, your support. And thank you.
Really I appreciate what you're doing as well. So thank you. And I hope people are inspired by this podcast as well.
Yes, and that's what we hope to do. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Until the next episode, we'll see you guys again. Thank you.